Hello, Cancer. I'm your Cosmic Auntie, and this is going to be your monthly reading. This could resonate with Cancer suns, Cancer moons, Cancer risings, or, a particular house that you find Cancer in your chart. Maybe you're exploring a particular planet that falls in that house, or maybe you're feeling into your water energy. Maybe you were attracted to the title of this video, or it just came across your page somehow, some way. And however you find yourself here, I'm really glad you are, and please feel free to stay if you'd like to. So, Cancer. Actually, before I get into what I was just about to say, I always like to remind everyone that tarot is never supposed to tell you something you don't already know. So when a message resonates, you'll know, and when one doesn't, you'll also know. So always tap into your own intuition, your own inner guidance system, because you know yourself best, right? So take what you want and leave the rest. Okay, so I feel like I have something on my face. Excuse me, Cancer, but I feel like you'll understand. No. Okay. So as I'm tuning into this reading and getting ready to step into the space to do this reading for you, I get this visual of like the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. And like, what do they say? Like, who are you? Or something like that. And they're like smoking the hookah. Man, I'm recording this right before the Pisces new moon, and I feel like this new moon has us all asking who we are. But that's definitely something coming through in your energy, Cancer, is this trippy caterpillar. I always really loved that part. I haven't seen Alice in Wonderland in a really, really long time. Like all the different versions of Alice in Wonderland as well. Which one's your favorite? Let me know in the comments. One of my favorites came in a cereal box when I was a kid. Super weird, like made for TV, like Alice in Wonderland or something. I don't know. But it was kind of really bizarre for sure. Anyway, Cancer, who are you? And they like blow those like O's. Who are you? Interesting. All right, well, let's get into this. We're going to start off with some Oracle, then we'll move into some Tarot, and then we'll finish off with some Oracle. So we've got Hollow Bone Teachability. Interesting. That kind of reminds me of like, almost like the pipe that caterpillar's smoking, you know? So who are you? This card talks all about stillness. It talks about kind of emptying and being still in order to receive the necessary information from yourself, from nature, from spirit, from the universe, right? However you relate to divine energy. So, Cancer, I feel like I'm catching, you, whoever's here resonating with this so far, like I'm catching you at an awakening. Kind of asking and reflecting on who you are and who you are at a soul level, who you are at a spiritual level, who you are right now in this moment. There might be an energy of feeling like a little bit empty with this card coming in, hollow bone. There's this kind of, I just keep seeing this kind of clear vase, this like vessel that's ready to be like have water poured into it and a bouquet of flowers set into it, right? So there's so much that can be received and can be explored and can be felt into in this place, as much as it is uncomfortable. If you are feeling that feeling of emptiness, the sense of being in like a liminal space of what was and what will be. And this hollow bone teachability is about being in the now, being right in the present, being in your body, feeling it. And if you are feeling kind of like there's just this empty vessel kind of energy, and not that you're like an empty vessel, like you always have your life force, your free will, like, you know, your soul. It just, the feeling I'm getting is that a lot has been cleared away somehow. And there's this kind of amalgamation of who you were, who you are, and who you are becoming, and taking that all in. So being still can be really helpful right now, because the universe really, really wants to breathe into you right now, show you things. And if you're wondering, like, if you're having a hard time knowing, like, okay, what's next, what to do, what, you know, like being really up here in the mind, like coming back to this hollow bone, this teachability, this stillness, your body being in a receptive space, so that, you know, this is where we receive information from ourselves, where we have time to daydream, where we have time to visualize, where we have time to, you know, like take those signs from nature, those signs from spirit, you know, be able to receive the necessary information, you know, to quiet the mind, to quiet the heart, to quiet the spirit, to ground into the body. And that is where the necessary information will be received. So this, not to be redundant. Okay, yeah, mindful groupthink. So there's definitely like a busy-minded energy, which can be really helpful with visualization, with thinking up new ideas, thinking of, you know, tapping into that creativity, finding out how to like bring these ideas about, right? This is the mental strength. This is like the power of the mind. But if you're finding yourself up in your mind too much, remember to drop back into your body and really be in your body, to be able to feel, to sense, to receive, to intuit, and really allow that information to flow through, and then your heart communicate to the mind, and the mind communicate with the heart, have them working in tandem, and that these pathways will be revealing themselves very quickly, right? Cancer, like I said, this feels like there's an empty vase. I keep seeing this glass vase, it's clear, and then water being poured into it, and a beautiful bouquet of flowers placed inside. Okay, filled right up again. Filled up with beauty, with prosperity, with abundance, with love, freshness, you know, like there's this sense of, you know, it'll be interesting. Oh, look, in the hand, the universe is your partner. Yeah, there's a lot of divine guidance happening right now. So get into that watery nature of yours and flow and feel and dream and intuit, you know, and really just allow that process to take place, and pay attention to the information you're receiving. And then get that mind, you know, like on board with your heart, and again, working in tandem. That's what the chariot is too, so that momentum can take place, that movement. So I was gonna say too, I was visualizing one of the cards in this deck called Empty Well. So again, there's this nature of like feeling, kind of coming into this reading with a sense of fatigue. A lot has been cleared away. Probably a lot, you know, a lot of you have gone through you know, some things, and some things have changed. Some things have changed within yourself. Some things have changed externally. And I just saw kind of like a clearing in a forest, and it almost looked like there was like a forest fire or something. Things were charred. Ooh, yeah. Which is, you know, destructive. It is difficult. But with these, fire can create a lot of fertility, right? Like there's a lot of, you know, like that's the soil becomes rich, and it provides this opportunity for new growth, right? So interesting, Cancer, interesting. This new moon in Pisces, very powerful time to really get in, to do this intuitive energy. This is your water friend, right? This is another water sign. So you'll be in your element, and pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your sleeping dreams as well as your waking dreams, because I sense that daydreaming could be really helpful, like of course within reason, if it's not getting in the way of, like, you know, you living your life, but just taking time to be in that space, to just like ground into your body, to take some quiet time and allow yourself to just kind of dream, listen to music. You know, this could be active meditation as well, active grounding, going for walks, being out in nature. New moons are a new beginning. I feel like there's one more card that wants to come out of here. New moons is a new beginning. It's a clean slate. It's a powerful time to set intentions, to plant seeds, and to receive information from the universe, to receive from the moon, to receive from life, to receive from yourself. What else for Cancer? Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. Yeah, exactly. And surrender. Okay. So these are all confirmations to things that we've already talked about in this reading. But this process, you know, you if you're feeling stuck, you won't be feeling stuck forever. And, you know, I just saw like the visualization of like quicksand, like when you struggle more, like the more you're stuck. And to get into your body and to hone your mind and to be able to be right in yourself and surrendering, you know, to the process, and not in the way of like getting sucked into quicksand, but like to be like, okay, this is happening. What do you know? How do you get out of this? What's, you know, around you to take it in and to be in this kind of surrendered state, because when you're in surrender, the gag is actually you have more control. And sometimes when you're gripping too tight, right, like it's like there's a visual that I use with myself oftentimes, and it's this bar of soap, and I'm like in the shower, and I keep gripping the soap too tight because I'm late. It feels like I'm late, you know, like I need to get somewhere, and I'm like trying to do this too fast, and the soap keeps falling out of my hands, and I keep having to like pick it up, and like I do it again, and I'm in this like loop, right? And then the visual switched to relaxing the hand, because then when the hand is relaxed, the soap stays in the hand, and I have the ability to do what I need to do. So when it comes to the quicksand, right, like the more you struggle, the more you go under, and then vice versa, the more you kind of come into your body and start like thinking and operating from within yourself and making, you know, moves, intentional moves, You'll release yourself from that stuck place, right? Okay, I hope that makes sense. So moving out of stagnation also talks about like that chariot energy. Head and the heart working in tandem with the spirit, the body, listening to your body, listening to your spirit, your mind, your heart, all of it. And also paying attention to the signs you're getting from your dreams and the signs and synchronicities in nature, because I feel like that's very important as well. And the universe pouring like into the vase, okay? I just heard the universe wants to quench your thirst, Cancer. The universe wants to quench your thirst. Cancer. Yeah, that 8 of Swords. Okay, so that also confirms something we've already talked about. Feeling kind of too much in your mind. Feeling like with the looping thoughts. That's what the 8 of Swords talks about. It's a sense of being mentally trapped, feeling like in negative thought loops, or being really like really worried, really anxious, and like these are all very normal things to feel in this life, okay? So just know that, okay? It's very normal to feel worried and anxious, and we all have different negative thought patterns and can get stuck in loops and stuff like that, okay? But it's just, I put it right underneath the hollow bone because it's just a further confirmation of when you find yourself experiencing that, remind yourself to come back to your body, to ground, to do something that brings you into your body, okay? And to tap into the feelings that you're experiencing, as well as the thoughts and how they connect, how they relate, right? So we've got the 7 of Swords. Okay, so we've got a 7 and an 8, and then we've got the King of Wands. Okay. And then we've got the 6 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Wow, all air and fire. Interesting, Cancer. All air and fire. So we're missing you. Who are you? Remember, you're a water sign, okay? I mean, I don't have to tell you, but if you're relating to this reading, you know, there's no water here yet anyway. It's just fire and air, which makes more fire. Like, which there is this notion of like, maybe there's definitely been some fire. I mean, we mentioned the forest fire. The forest fire analogy came through. So there's definitely like fires that you've had to navigate, to put out. And I feel it internally and externally. But, you know, honestly, with this King of Wands, I'm feeling like this slow motion, like Hollywood moment. There's something I'm visualizing in my mind's eye right now, like just like as things just like combust in the background, like the car comes out like drifting, or they come out slow motion with their glasses, like, you know. And one of my favorite movie moments, I think it was from the Heathers. Yeah, it was from the Heathers from the 80s. And Winona Ryder's character at the end, she comes out like all singed with her like smoking cigarette. And what is the line? Anyway, it's a great line. If any of you remember, please leave it in the comments. But that's like the vibe I'm getting from this. Like, you've been through some things, and you've had to handle some things. and they may have been explosive. They may have been like, they may have this energy of like spreading like wildfire. And yeah, I don't know, just intense. When it comes to the Seven of Swords, this might pertain to, let's talk about the internal first. So some of you might be, this might hit in ways of like self-sabotage, self-doubt, and when it comes to the external, this is also like this energy. Okay, Cancer, there's this energy. It's kind of like when the Seven of Swords comes out, it's always this weird vibe. But there might be people in your external environment that have been attempting to confuse you, to attempt to take your to drain your energy. I heard like steal from you, confuse your thoughts with this mindful and group think. There's like this kind of group mentality that feels detrimental, that I sense that you have moved away from, that you have freed yourself from, and it was sticky, and the process is sticky, and now this is the healing. The healing is beginning. Some of you might be still navigating yourself out of this group mentality. That could just be for a few of you. And whatever sticky, challenging, manipulative projections and microaggressions that you may be experiencing in your external, it seems to be really like triggering up that imposter syndrome, self-doubt, fear, anxiety, feeling stuck, right? Feeling stuck in your mind. And going back to that caterpillar, like, who are you, Cancer? Remember who you are. And I do believe you're doing that with the King of Wands, because the King of Wands knows exactly who they are, okay? Knows exactly. So this, as much as it has caused confusion, there's been like smoke and mirrors, manipulation, projections, microaggressions, passive aggression, like literally this is weird and uncomfortable energy, Cancer. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, but I'm proud of you for picking up on it and being like, hey, wait, and this might even be like picking up on yourself first by being like, bringing your awareness to these anxieties, to these worries, to these imposter syndrome feelings, to this self-doubt. Like, I feel like I'm talking to people who have like picked up on yourself. And that has been some of the first clues. Like, you might have known like something was off in this group, because I definitely think I'm talking about a group dynamic here. This could be just happening with you and another person, or it could be like you and another person and there's like a group involved. Anyway, however it resonates, like I can sense that like there's this discomfort, like there's this kind of like protective, crab-like. This is why having a shell can be really helpful, right? Like I do feel like this kind of like side eye, like, you knew something wasn't quite right. Like, you knew like something was off, especially when it comes to like the way that you felt after spending time with these people or this person. And over time, Cancer, you have picked up on yourself and have linked it to this dynamic and have been making moves away from it. And I get this sense like there's these kind of like claws. I keep seeing these like claws, like they may have just really not wanted to, like, you go, like, it's weird vibes, okay? But I'm talking to people who have freed themselves of this, and you're out, you're in the clear, and now this vessel is ready to be filled with fresh water and beautiful flowers, okay, right? Let's like, and then others of you're making your way through it, and you're almost in the clear, so keep going. Okay, yeah, remember the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is a card of victory. This is a card of success. This is a card of being seen and valued for who you truly are, okay? For who you truly are, not just for what you can do for others, right? Okay, interesting. Let's get some oracle. So I definitely some rediscovery of who you are, some reclaiming of who you are, reclaiming your energy, reclaiming your power, remembering who you are, and also discovering more of who you are as well too, and having the space to do so and feeling the safety to do so. I just felt like I needed to take like a really big sigh of relief. Oshun, fearless love. I love that. Fearless love. That's very King of Wands. King of Wands is very successful. King of Wands is very charismatic and passionate and driven and loving. Okay, the King of Wands is very loving. They're very warm. Okay, and I feel like I'm talking to people who are just so fearlessly loving, fearlessly loving towards yourself, enough for you to move away from dynamics that you feel were draining to you in a social way, right? Or recalibrating how you interact with these people, right? Like how you interact with this group or these individuals, because you love yourself so much. Because like I get the sense that you could see yourself feeling drained, you know, and you picking up on that. You're seeing yourself, and this fearless love like ignited within you, you know, and it's like, okay, let's fight fire with fire, okay, you know, like. And this is so interesting because it's like you connecting to the fiery part of yourself, and that assisting you in like establishing boundaries by checking in with yourself. I hope this is making sense. Yeah, I think that it is. So I feel like it's, oh, and we've got Marie Laveau, good juju. Yeah. Yes, Cancer. You know, it's interesting because, oh my gosh, how do I word this? It's like you could feel yourself and see yourself being drained, and it may have manifested in like feeling uncomfortable with like sharing your ideas, or, you know, disagreeing politely, you know, but like not wanting to, because there's something too with like what I said about being valued for who you truly are, not just for what you can do for others. There's something so powerful with that. And I feel like I'm talking to people who have like had an epiphany about that. And then we've got surrender again. So that's a double message there. And then Sekhmet, wounded healer. Okay. Wow, interesting. Gemini just had this, and I told them to check out where your Chiron is, because that could be really helpful in your birth chart. Check out where Chiron is, what house Chiron is in, any aspects they're making, if there's any other planets in that sign and in that house. It could be really, really helpful. But yeah, surrender, okay? Keep surrendering to yourself, to your flow. And now that, you know, you're on the other side, or are getting to the other side, and are distancing yourself away from these dynamics, and may feel a bit empty now because you've had to throw elbows and get out of this dynamic. And you know, some of you may also feel a different community dynamic, because even if you are, this is just to do with one person, it feels like it affects like kind of a group dynamic. So yeah, but so much more is coming, okay? With all of this space comes all this potential for new growth, and it will happen. It is happening. Now is a time to rest and to receive. The universe wants to quench your thirst, okay? And it's also so important that you feel, Cancer, because there's no water here. It's really important that you feel, that you move through your feelings. Let your body surrender to your body, okay? Because your body knows, your body is communicating to you. And, you know, to really, truly feel these feelings and know that you're not alone. So, you know, trusted friends, family that feel like home to you, professionals, you know, therapists, counselors, group work, you know, online courses, workshops, wherever you feel safe, okay? Like, just, you know that you're not alone, and that you deserve support, and support is there for you however you feel is needed. And also, you know, taking that time to be in solitude, to be in stillness, to be in nature. All right, so your postcard from Spirit. We are sending you waves of love and joy as we watch you reap the rewards of your tenacity and faith. We know how long it has taken for you to reach some of your goals, and that you've had disappointments along the way. Right now, we suggest you take a deep breath and fill yourself up with gratitude and tune into the vibration of well-being. Temporary conditions may be trying to hypnotize you into seeing something else as your reality, but we know that happy rewards are on their way to you even now. Change is the only constant, so be open to it. You will achieve your dreams and more, we promise. But more important, your happy rewards will be gathered up in the small moments, the gentle breezes and the soft kisses, and the unique and the quiet commitments. Your happiest moments will be on the journey itself, not in arriving at any destination. You are surrounded by so much love and care. Can you feel us? Oh, Cancer, yeah, surrender to the journey. It's all about the journey, right? Well, I feel like that's a beautiful way to conclude this reading. You're doing great. I love you. The universe loves you. And I hope to catch you in the next one.